Chinese nationals are surging over the border. This isn't a crisis. This is an invasion. Um, this is it's crazy that our government refused to protect our border. It's almost like they want this invasion to happen. Y'all know y'all, and I say that sarcastically. Y'all already know how I feel about this. Y'all know that I believe that China, the Chinese Communist Party, Xi Jinping, owns Joe Biden, and they want this border wide open so they can invade. And it's been our own government numbers say at least 30,000 um, undocumented illegal Chinese immigrants came across the southern border, the wide open border. 30,000, and the majority of them are Chinese. Are the majority of them are military aged men. So it's not like young women and children. It's military age men. It's an invasion, and it was a guy on Joe Rogan's podcast. I can't remember. I wish I could remember his name so I can give him credit. But he said that he went down to South America. He went down to Panama and to see how these people was traveling and getting through South America and coming up through South America across the borders, and he seen that the Chinese uh, illegals, the Chinese immigrants, were taking separate routes, separate paths, and like we're not going the same routes that other immigrants were going to get to the United States. And so he caught up to some of them and he started asking them questions. He was like, normally when he asked, regular South Americans question, why are you coming here? It's they give reasons like, economic stuff or, trying to run away from, crime and things like that. And they would talk to you. He said he went and he asked the Chinese people, and he was like, he was like they were like angry that he was asking them this questions, and why he was like, why would they be angry about this? He was like, I understand if they would be ambivalent to it or something like that because they would be afraid that the Chinese communist government would go after them or something like that. He said he understand that, but why would you be angry about this thing if you come in here to uh, to a better economic place? You wouldn't be angry is the thought here. So I think these people that are coming here, the Chinese people that are coming here, are part of the Chinese Communist uh, Party. They're military, and I think they're just waiting on something they could attack us anytime. That's what I think is going on here. But we're gonna go over this article here from the Federalist, Jordan Boyd. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. The uptick in Chinese nationals illegally crossing the southern border proves the record breaking number of foreigners walking into our nation and being shipped by border agents to America's cities with little to no vetting is no longer a crisis, but a full fledged invasion. The Biden administration's long held talking point is that the current border crisis is fueled by a surge of struggling migrants from unstable Latin American countries. Chinese migrants, however, not natural disaster victims in Central America, have become the fastest growing people group to take advantage of the lapsed southern U.S. border. Border Patrol agents in San Diego alone recorded encounters with 269 Chinese nationals on Monday. Fox News' Bill Mulligan reports since the 2024 fiscal year began, Customs and Border Protection clocked more than 20,000 Chinese nationals illegally crossing into the U.S. via the southern border. Some of them cross with the help of the Chinese Communist Party link app TikTok. And they have a video, they have a clip of a guy explaining how to get through that crack in the border. It was wild, right on TikTok, step by step directions. The 2024 number is already dangerously close to the 24,000 Chinese border crossers who were apprehended in the 2023 fiscal year, and up significantly from 450 arrests border agents made during President Joe Biden's first year in office. Then we got Bill here. He's saying he posted on X. New per CBP source. Border Patrol San Diego sector apprehended 269 Chinese nationals who crossed illegally yesterday. More than 20,000 Chinese nationals have now been encountered by CBP in fiscal year 24 so far. For perspective, there were only 450 Chinese encountered in all of fiscal year 2021. So 20,000 already in 24, and this is only February, mind you. And in 2021, they only had 450. A large amount of illegal crossings in San Diego sector happened in Jacocumba, however you pronounce that, where there's a small gap in the wall that illegal immigrants pour through every day. So here's the video here. Here's the video I was talking about with the, oops. That is wild. That is wild that's happening. I mean, and likely not every illegal border crosser from China is a Communist Party linked spy, but to assume the CCP spent years carefully surveilling and infiltrating key American institutions like government, academia, pharmaceuticals, Wall Street, sports, big tech, Hollywood, and media, but hasn't figured out how to plant its operatives among the millions of illegal border crossers, exploiting Biden's open border policies would be a big mistake. In January alone, border agents encountered 176,205 illegal border crossers. The number may be a significant drop compared to the recent record-breaking months, but it still exceeds 23 of the last 24 Januaries on record. Border Patrol chiefs in several high-traffic sectors have warned that the overwhelming number of foreign illegal border crossers entering the U.S. puts our nation at risk because, quote, information can be hidden and their agendas, their ideologies, the reason for them coming could be missed. Gloria Chavez, chief patrol agent of Rio Grande Valley Border Patrol, complained to the House Homeland Security Committee last year that the influx of specifically Chinese migrants has slowed her agents' interview process to 7 hours to ensure some level of vetting. That is wild. 7 hours to interview someone, and even then, CBP does not turn them away. Instead, busloads of Chinese nationals are dropped off in the heart of the U.S. and told to appear for an immigration court date that is often set years in advance. Quote, my committee has been informed that some of these Chinese nationals have even been found to be affiliated with the People's Liberation Army and the Chinese Communist Party, and those are just the ones we've been able to vet, Chairman Mark Green noted. That's just wild. That's just wild. So not only is CCP, some of them are actually part of the Chinese army. Well, quote, as the CCP works to undermine and infiltrate our institutions and even military installations, Secretary Mayorkas have made it clear to the entire world that our borders are open. This is simply unsustainable, and the national security risks are massive. And you know, he got impeached today. And America's number one foreign enemy isn't just sending spies through gaps in the abandoned border wall. It's also actively fueling the death and destruction at the open southern border. Communist China has long taken advantage of the Biden's lax policies to poison hundreds of thousands of Americans with one of the most potent, lucrative, and lethal drugs on the black market. 1 gram of fentanyl. I mean, I've seen it when I worked in the prison system how fentanyl can kill people. It's sad, but 1 gram of fentanyl alone, about the size of a pack of table sugar, can kill approximately 500 people. Yet in 2023, CBP seized 27,000 pounds of fentanyl, nearly twice as much as they seized in 2022. Since Biden was elected, CBP has reported record-breaking fentanyl seizures nearly every month, marking an 800% jump since 2019. Cartels do most of the fentanyl smuggling, but their operations are directly sustained by investors linked to the Chinese Communist Party, who fund thousands of illegal marijuana growing and selling operations in Mexico and the U.S. And they produce the precursor chemicals required to make fentanyl in Asia and then ship them to packing facilities close to the southern border. And again, our border is wide open. The whole world knows it. We got the whole entire world pouring into our borders. Specifically, China is invading our country, and our crickets from our government, and they refuse to do anything about it. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time.